This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices down. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. The count on we, the count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl begin the security power. We keep all we count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. Climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Voices down. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. The count on we, the count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl begin, let's get the power. We keep all we, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
YouTube and also on our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We were they bring the program come to you this Wednesday morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Today now Wednesday, the 18th day of December 2024. Inside this edition of the breakfast show today, we theme na politics and diplomacy. We can look at the recent appointments and way President Bio make also pick people for work na different office them, and also if you don't follow the news, you go see the video them of people when as Sierra Leoneans them where reports where which we say forcefully authorities in Guinea been pulling people here for bring them back to saloon because according to them they say they don't get proper documents for letting people here stay in their country. And this BNSM we also get reports for say Salon Police they hold some people them na some parts them na free tongue where people they allege say na Guineans them we also not get documents. Well, now then issues here we they discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and other story them then at the program for you this Wednesday morning. Remember, say you say for the watch we at some point you will get the opportunity for add your voice to the conversation. Send we your comment, your thoughts about any of the topic that they can look at this morning through the comment section and any of the platform there we they watch we. Don't forget for share the Facebook program so that more people go join the conversation. And if not from YouTube they watch we, kindly press the subscription button and subscribe to the channel. Put your post notification bell on so that you go get notification anytime Liberty Online TV count with various programs them what they bring to on throughout the day. The program where they watch and the Breakfast Show, and this morning they look at two major topics them we get for do with the livelihood of Sierra Leonean them, especially the one that will be where they tap na Guinea. And if you don't follow the news, last week we do extensively a report about Sierra Leonean them over 200 where Guinean authority them been bring come back na salon because they say they don't get proper documentation for the in country. Where yesterday, according to news we come out from State House, they say the Guinean authority they be send the foreign minister for come meet with President Bio and foreign minister and other big people in our government for get conversation about the issues there. And also say the Ministry of Information and Civic Education been pull a press release yesterday net and condemn this particular incident where they allege say the Salon Police they arrest people away na full of people away in the country. Well, all of this you go can know inside the program this morning, but not forget for share the program so that more people go be part of this very interesting conversation where we can hold. We will continue the Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV.
Alright, and remember, say yourself for the watch the program this morning, can drop your message in the comment section. Now the different platform, they must say the watch we or send them to +232 74 200 545. It is also on WhatsApp, so you can just save that number there and drop your message. But the issues them where we look at the Breakfast Show. Let me first quickly go to court. Osai Magistrate Santigi Bangura don't issue bench warrants for one man where police allege say been take people their money and turn them to in use. For more on this, let we join Mariatu Sheriff.
Magistrate Santigi Bangura na the Freetown Magistrate Court number 2 don't give bench warrant to one Canadian consultant, Sunanda Kikla, for where police allege say he been take people money and turn them to use. The accused Tina before the court on 8 count charge them. We got to do with conspiracy to defraud, contrary to law, obtaining money by false pretense, contrary to section 32(1) of the Lasting Act of 1916, and other one them. According to the particulars of offense na that, between June and September this year na Freetown, the accused been joining with other people them for take people money by false pretense. The report continues say the accused on the same date and place been take money wey cost over 200,000 euros for Haisin Atia, Louis Ayuk and Mungo Sena Aliam, and tell them say it go facilitate for make them travel go Dubai, India, Canada and America, where he know say that not to true. When the case been come up, the accused not been appear na court. Na ASP Wellington they prosecute this case na court, and it been asked the magistrate for issue bench warrants for the accused, so it go appear on the next sitting. Magistrate Santigi Bangura been grant this application and be give bench warrants for the accused. For Liberty Online TV, me na Mariatu Sheriff.
Alright, we continue the Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. The number for send you message na +232 74 200 545. If you just they join we, this na the Breakfast Show where they come to you every morning from Monday to Friday. Also they deal with different issues them where they happen in the country. Well, today we can look at two major issues them. We get for do the deportation of Sierra Leonean them from Guinea, and also they can analyze President Bio in new appointments them where he make recently. Also he pick new people for serving a new position. What does this mean for the country in wage bill and the economy? economy. Now that we can analyze inside the program this morning. Well, continue for day with we. In case you just tune in, don't forget for also like and share the program so that more people go be part of the conversation this morning. Where they continue with the breakfast show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV.
Alright, so we'll continue with the show, and before we can look at the theme for this morning, where in our politics and diplomacy, we just quickly go as the streets of Freetown. We know say people already done the dinner, the mood of Christmas. Also, people done the buy thing them where they feel say the need for the holiday, and also some man done they send holiday message to the different family and loved ones them. Let we just see as David and Casey say, we go working at the streets of Freetown for get this report. Also, I talk to people for Seka the Christmas holiday.
This na Liberty Online Television. Today, we can work on some partner Freetown for talk to people, more especially citizens, let them tell we how best they don't prepare for sake of the Christmas where we get at hand, because we meant to understand say anything from now, in fact few days from now, they celebrate we Christmas, and of course when for sake of this make we can work on some partner Freetown, let we talk to people where we don't celebrate Christmas, let them tell we how best they don't prepare. And if anything change this coming Christmas way, they right at the corner.
The first thing I will tell you, I tell God thank you. The first thing. Then I hope say, I don't see no new thing by this Christmas we can. No new thing no day 8. I don't see. We'll go. Why will compare with the past Christmas that will pass? I don't see new thing to me inside. As a worker, as a news vendor, I know she new thing pass the Christmas that will pass.
Okay, in preparedness for the festivities for the Christmas, how prepared are you? As person we don't celebrate Christmas, how prepared are you?
Well, I would say any kind so far, I look to God, but I not see nothing yet. I look to God, what you God get for do for me, because I not see anything so far, God make it do for person. But all this so far, Motama in life, they get for do effort. The cow will do and so. You understand? But anything so far, I hope to help to God. But I'm not saying nothing only, and I'll prepare so I don't do as news vendor. But I still get the courage for say, in God day, He will do anything for me.
Okay, so how you will compare this Christmas with the other past Christmas that we don't pass over the past years?
I repeat again, I say I don't see no difference. No difference with the other Christmas the way they pass and this way they can. And also, but I mean this not reach it. It ain't a road first, but I will say you know the 5G. But to me, you say since you don't pass it, so we'll get hope.
Well, as you say, the right na the corner. It's difficult for you hurry for jump or cross the bridge where you know reach it. The one who don't pass, not pass who don't pass. There's getting challenge, getting ups, getting downs, and getting fears and hopes where people don't surmount. Now, this one will come back again. Except that the same thing no more. People are different. Understand? Some man and luck go there, some man and luck no go there. Some man go well, some man no go well. Some man don't go get well body, some man go get sick. Life now what it meet you. Understand? You know, I mean, the attitude of begin say how it will be. Where you no get power for control things, where it go. I mean, the one way shall be self, not all you remember. The one way able self, not all you will do. So we just look and say more now. A life, the main thing for life now hope, and with hope, God say as a country for celebrate. Understand? As I say, among other things, we will begin talk. When they are alive, you get every reason for tell God thank you. Yes. As a nation, remember say a little over a year ago, November 26, it be worrisome. Because like me, I don't know what's happening, self, but I be left me the one before I sleep. Now BBC tell me now say everybody for the indoors before I go for let's say almost nobody no for go nowhere. So I mean I don't prepare me spiritual for go church this Sunday. So I know what it mean for me. But if God make till like that day, you know, be till hour like this, understand? Notwithstanding the threats and the rumors all over the area, understand, we still able for reach to this point. Actually say we for still be hopeful, understand, and do what we able in one corner for make the small one the way they come, themselves get their own peace, then get their own day, and they enjoy their childhood, understand.
Actually, at first, we'll be small, you see the Christmas time, you hear music and all. Now, you know, now the counts, get out the country there and all. So, like, you basically get, you know, you have for TikTok, you buy and everything, you understand? So, even if you buy, because we clear out there, we get close the way we don't keep in our box, where you understand, that way then they not so. We need way fast. Now, only like way big occasion, Easter's and Christmas. So, well, for me, you know, I don't need for buy much again because I get a lot of clothes there why I don't keep in a box and all. So
Like I said in your opening, you know, one possible way we don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
But by the looks of things, how you don't observe things? Because the internet will be don't celebrate Christmas, and this Christmas way they very right at the way they're very close at the corner. What in you sense? What are the difference you sense?
well, actually last year the Christmas be really boring because like as until like 3 days to Christmas, you understand, I ain't there live the coffee order or until like 1 week to Christmas. So like this year, you know, man didn't get the chance for celebrate Christmas, you know. Well, this year I will say much better than last year because last year all we pray for let them lift the coffee order. So grace to God, the Christmas year actually although things really hard, but it better than last year.
Anyway, I tell God thank you for my life, with my family life. Anyway, the Christmas, we expect to make it be peaceful. And that's the only thing I expect for Christmas.
So what you sense the past?
The only the difference no more for me. I tell God thank you for my own life. Some of me complain, then I'm mortuary. Some of me complain, then I'm sick bed. But me, I tell God thank you for my own life. This Christmas, I will celebrate with peace and love. I made a sign for me family.
Listeners, that's the voices of people who tap now free on outside. Then they tell about them preparedness about Christmas way we get at hand inside 1 week term. And of course, don't forget to say this is Libertarian Television. Libertarian Television. We didn't also forgo all credible, factual, and balanced news, and me will bring this report so you mean at the video and series.
All right, from the streets of Freetown, they come back in our studio as we reporter David Yankee we been go around now different parts of Freetown for talk to people about the expectation as Christmas just there around the corner. We they continue with the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. Earlier, I'll tell you say today they look at two main topics them na the program. They talk about the deportation of Sierra Leone and them na Guinea, and the rumor where we say some police officers them be they go na the streets of Freetown for arrest people them way na fuller people them. But yesterday na the edition of the breakfast show we been talk to the deputy police media where deny the allegation then they according to police they do a raid na community them say they get intelligence say illegal drugs activity they go on the well on the line now through virtual link or they can join Arthur Pratt so in an analyst where don't they closely follow this issue of deportation of Sierra Leonean them from Guinea. Good morning Arthur and welcome to the breakfast show.
And thank you very much for having me.
All right, as I don't tell with you then this morning, you now one party analyst them where you don't they follow closely the issues of deportation of Sierra Leonean them from Guinea for come back na Salone. Inside last week we see a huge number, over 200 people who have been stranded na the Balamuya border na Cambia, where na the border between Sierra Leone and Guinea. And we see the intervention of the Sierra Leonean authority, the also the Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jules Jallo, been go na Guinea for engage with authority them. And yesterday we see the foreign minister from Guinea been come na Salone in all engagement with President Bio. Before we can look at then diplomatic engagement, then they firstly, as somebody who don't they follow closely then developments there so. Outside the two countries then go wrong, we get diplomatic ties for Sidonte then reach to the stage of deportation. How you can start for analyze that?
Well, for start with, we get for first of all consider the fact that Guinea na a sovereign nation, but also na a nation we know it's the government in Guinea is not a democratic government. it's a military government that ending a power, and that's a particular government. They get the old tendency always for act outside normal rules and regulations and normal laws we a democratic government go work with. So because they get all of that tendencies always, they always get the tendency for one for do things the way they want for do them, for make things happen quickly, or for pass on a particular kind of message way they want for pass on. Whilst, when you look at Sierra Leone is supposed to be a democratic government. So whatever don't happen at Guinea, me and one person not collect for talk about waiting don't actually go on that these people them settle now a portion of land where they're not for settle, they say this land belong to somebody, but whatever don't happen, it don't happen. I think to say waiting go wrong that the manner in which the Guinean authorities then just put the people them, don't broke them, please. Just put the people them inside to talk and send them na the border and demand that the Sierra Leonean authorities then send for them people. And we think to say, me personally think to say that was wrong. And for every country, if you want to deport anybody, there are rules and regulations. You not just say deport people, and because if anybody in your country and don't settle in your country, there are certain rights and privileges where that person they get for enjoy. Like where it in your country, whether it's settled legally or illegally, if you don't accept and there are certain rights and where it gets for enjoy in your country. And therefore, if you want for remove them from outside your country, it gets procedure for remove anybody come out your country. But because Guinea and Sierra Leone share border, sometimes you don't even need for go court. What you actually need for do now for contact the embassies. What them you don't use for do before then they contact the embassies, discuss the issues, and make way simply then they move people them. Not so the first time this actually Guinea don't send people them. Guinean authorities and not arrest Sierra Leoneans and send them through the border. This not to the first time. If you listen to comments that we people and they make, you will know say this not to the very first time. Especially this very military government within Guinea right now, not to the first time this in the door. So one of the biggest problem we happen are the fact that they not agree for the Guinean authorities at this time broke all the Ostemusai people and they no contact the Sierra Leone embassies and give them chance for do anything for transport people in a decent way, then just load the people in a truck like a criminals, and whilst in Sierra Leone, where we expect we government for do something we much more mature and decent, we find out at the end of the day, police gonna treat the arrest people them, mostly fuller people them, arrest them in revenge arrest and try for, well, we not say they don't deport it, but we know say they arrest them, take them, carry them, go now Hastings. We know say they carry them go Hastings, we know say the Medina Hastings, and we know say the plan now before puts them all na truck and carry them go na the border.
This is an intentional and deliberate act by authorities them na Guinea on a salon authorities them fail for don't expect say this might happen again, like you say it don't happen.
All right, so it's a two-way thing. First of all, it's a deliberate act from the authorities in Guinea. It's a deliberate act. First of all, it's disrespectful. That is something where Sierra Leoneans then get for no. French West African governments them always and at all times gets record for disrespect the rights of people that will come out now English West African countries. This is something where me self don't suffer personally out of Sierra Leone. I know I just don't want to draw different country name them into this thing, but I don't suffer them out of Sierra Leone, now a French West African country wherein they treat you like a foreigner. Of course, you're not a foreigner, but they treat you as if you are not an African. Then they treat you as if you're not even fit for the country. Then get all of this kind of negative attitude where they always they bring towards people that will come out from English-speaking country. But more so in Guinea, the Guinean authorities, they don't get this habit that whenever they want to do something, when they look around, the first set of people they go pull anger upon, mostly in Sierra Leoneans. Because Sierra Leoneans them Bokuna Guinea. Candidly, Sierra Leoneans them of all the countries that we and they share border with, Sierra Leoneans them Bokuna Guinea, because we always think to say we share the common ethnic groups, But I also think to say the government of Sierra Leone self gets serious fault on all of these things, because the fact of the matter is every government for understand the history between the country and other countries that wouldn't share borders with, or countries that are within the same region, and understand the behavioral pattern of them people in the. In fact, I make, if you go college for go do politics or anything, one of the things that you go do na ethnography, where you go able for understand the cultures and behavior of other people. And even if you do politics or you do sociology, you go for do things about it's all about the cultures of other people. But the thing with we in Sierra Leone, the problem we'll get at that we don't follow precedents, we don't follow historical examples. We don't ever think down the line, and we always also think to say, okay, well, because we share a border, or we all did na ECOWAS, or we did something at the Mano River Union, you know, we just say it's self rights. And the Guinean authorities, they know they think down the line. For Guinea, what's important to Guinea, and this we have seen it over the years, and the fact that Guinea always think Guinea first. But we own problem as Sierra Leone, we know they think Sierra Leone first. Because the fact of the matter is, if we immediately think Sierra Leone first, the problems that we will get with citizenship right now, the problems that we will get towards identifying who is a Sierra Leonean and who is not a Sierra Leonean, we know for the get same problem indeed. Because it don't long overdue for make we able for deal with citizenship issues to the point at which we able to get proper record as to who that na Sierra Leonean. Because we get ethnic groups that we cross borders. We get not only the Fula na one ethnic group we cross border. We get Soso that we cross border with Guinea. We get Madingo that we cross border with Guinea. We get Timini people. The original place society Timini then come out na Futa. So if you go over to Guinea, you still get some set of Timini that we know to Sierra Leonean Timini them. Now that area didn't. And when you go to the southeast, you get the Mende them people in the way cross border between Sierra Leone and Guinea and Liberia. With even Guinea, you also get with Guinea, because you get kissed in a Guinea, you get kissed in a Liberia. But then we still not able for fix we internal citizenship in such a way that we know who belongs where. We're not able for do that one day. So it's a big problem in Sierra Leone. It's a big problem in Sierra Leone now.
I thought the Sierra Leonean government gets a sitting ambassador and a deputy ambassador within a Guinea where they represent the government of Sierra Leone, and we're supposed to work closely with the government of Guinea for strengthening the diplomatic ties. Deporting over 200 Sierra Leonean them come na the border. What in this expose? Sierra Leone and Guinea get strong ties in terms of upholding the bilateral relationship with the two countries they're supposed to forget.
Well, basically, it proves Sierra Leone and Guinea, then diplomatic connection gets problem. And this particular situation also proves there are issues with Sierra Leone and Guinean relationship. That is what these things stand for. Proof. We're not able to know what's in the issue properly. If you look what's in the happen around, there has been the issue with Yenga. We don't know up to now this particular government we get now under this government the situation with Yenga deteriorates to the point that the Guinean authorities are not go open barracks na Yenga. They get barracks there now, they get everything there now, they get full armor in na Yenga at this particular time. And we also see the Guinean authorities then they take strong stand around the border areas then. You know, then they take strong stand around border communities them with, for example, now they money them Guinean franc, and they use our border communities them and all of them and they, especially communities them where outskirtly belongs to Sierra Leone. Okay, and we're not seeing nothing that happen from we own government. So for me, I think to say we government very, very weak when it comes to protecting the territorial integrity of Sierra Leone. We government very, very weak at that particular area. And when it comes to protecting Sierra Leoneans where they out of Sierra Leone, taking stance for proof, say, you know, this is a strong government. I also think to say the Guinean authorities, they do it because they understand the fact that the Sierra Leone is not stable at this time. They understand the fact that we have issues with our governments, that there is a sector of the country where no recognize the government, will not believe say the government of Sierra Leone is democratic, will they fight against that. So when you look at all of these situations, the internal situations that they happen at Sierra Leone, you understand why the Guinean authorities and they take the risk there for for put themselves in that kind of position. But also it also gets bigger implications because even though waiting Mamadi they try for Duna Guinea, because the fact of the matter is Mamadi is supposed for hand over for get an elections and hand over na Guinea in the coming year, and all of these situations can just be a way to which you provoke conflicts and you continue for stay in our power. So there are diplomatic situations for look at. There are also strong political situations, them political undertones where we get for look at, we'll get for look at in all of this matter, because any government can do anything. Anybody forget himself right within people. It's a pity in Sierra Leone we know they do that. Because if a country you get an ambassador now your country, the very first thing when they do now the embassies them when they contact. You contact the embassies, you bring up the issues with the people that you get. If you want to deport Sierra Leoneans from your country, it's not wrong to deport them if you know that they have committed any crime. It's not wrong to deport them if they have committed crime. But you cannot just deport them unethically, deport them in ways in which is very, very inhuman and throw them out. When you look at all of these things, like they say that the fact that our government has not been acting strong when it comes to dealing with governments within West Africa. We have not been strong. We have not been making ourselves, our authority felt, or ourselves felt within the sub-region. All our government has been very, very strong.
Although the police so far don't deny the allegations them of the act of revenge, but if not true say na revenge, Sierra Leone the revenge by arresting certain tribes who them believe say belong to Guinea, you think say this are the right path for solve this whole issue as it is now?
Well, like I can be start for talk. Say we expect much from we government. A democratic government, so they go down the path of a totalitarian government. The government in Guinea is a totalitarian government. It's a military government where they operate under a suspended constitution. So in other words, the Guinean government don't get any constitution where they guide them. They will get ways the way they make their new laws when are through decrees. And then they make decrees for suits them. But that is not really different with a democratic government. In the very first place, it's a disgrace where I read the communique where comes at the Ministry of Information, where the Ministry of Information they ask that question that they don't know who that give police the right for arrest people them not treat. It's a disgrace. Because how can a sitting government, a situation happen and a particular arm of government, the police, they arrest people them anyhow they want, and then nobody not in a government we know. Now when I say that they do investigation, it doesn't make sense. This is something from the government, and the government, somebody up there, somebody from within the presidency that they don't give this particular go ahead to the police for act and arrest people them and for deport and go back to Guinea. The police will not deny it. Now they are saying they are denying it and saying that this people who they arrest now people them for drugs. They are not arresting people for drugs. I don't get it. Because let me tell you something. The people that they promote, when they allow drugs to be sold in Sierra Leone, now the police, the Sierra Leone police. The Sierra Leone police know everywhere outside drugs they pass. You know, they meet people in a street and say people in a street, you arrest them for drugs. When a street, you go meet them. You want to arrest Fulaman for drugs. You go meet on a beach. When I left the boku how they call them pharmacy them, when they're at the country, most of them pharmacies then they were within that country. So go ask yourself, go and look into those pharmacies. Ask yourself, say almost people are sick. Na Sierra Leone, where in one community you get past 5-6 pharmacies in one community. Almost people are sick in that one community where they sell that medicine. All of these pharmacies are being used to bring drugs into Sierra Leone. So if they really want for drugs, who sign and go sit down and go arrest people? Not only they arrest people. If they want to fight for arrest people and for drugs, then they go down na the wharf them. Where boats they come out na Guinea and Liberia and other places them come out Senegal. They can net with drugs into Sierra Leone. They come with materials and when they use for do drugs, then na Sierra Leone. Then for the others, down na the wharf them. These are things that I know. I know because I have evidences of these things because I am a documentary filmmaker and I have been in some of these communities and I have spoken to people in these communities and I know some of the big people in the communities and I know how they are bribing police so that the police don't tell me say they were looking for drugs. Let them tell you almost drugs and on cage. Now who that's here? That the police come up and tell me that because it's wrong, it's a lie. You are targeting one set of people.
All right, Arthur, continue for the with you na the program. We can analyze the press release we come out yesterday from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, where then they ask, say, they don't know that give the police the authority for make the arrest, then they come back to you. The program is still a watch, now the breakfast show, they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, with a stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na we website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Earlier, I'll tell you say today, we look at two major issues them inside the breakfast show. Well, that voice we just hear and watch, so now Arthur Pratt way na an analyst, they don't they closely follow the issue of deportation of Sierra Leonean them from Guinea, come back na Salone. Now that in be they analyze. Well, they can look at the other topical they can discuss this morning and also analyze. They all get for do with the recent appointments by President Bill of different people and for serve na different capacity them. And this don't see increase of the government wage bill amidst challenges of the economy where the country they get. It's timely for the President's Bill they make them kind of appointments there. Now that's what they can analyze this morning. Well, at the studio, one for welcome other guest, when Melvin Tejan Mansaray, a journalist and also a social commentator, where don't they comment on different issues them where they happen in the country. Good morning, Melvin. Welcome again.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. We'll tell our viewers then say today they can look at the recent appointments by President Bill. The most recent one, now that of the Chief Justice, we now don't be combat commander, and the previous one, Babatunde Edwards, the Senator's ambassador on Dublin, Ireland, and you also get a new Attorney General. Start for unpack their appointments and before the years.
Let's begin with the new Attorney General. A sequencing of Udademi Dondede from the likes of Charles Francis Magai, Dr. Priscilla Schwartz, Anthony Brewa, Mamadou Lamin Tarawali, and now we see Alpha Sisi. I ask myself, what is so unique about this office? We don't they provoke then change there, and unfortunately, you cannot tell because Nasalone the laws say it's the prerogative of the president to hire and fire. However, the irony of the law is that some of the hiring is subjected to parliamentary approval, but when it comes to firing, it's a solitary power that you cannot question that. But if you look what we call a context of recent happenings, you're supposed to be very much concerned because don't forget that the Attorney General will just be replaced. Now, trigger the action for the removal of the Auditor General, and now this same Attorney General will be the preside over the constitutional review process and several other legislative or legal reforms in the country. And also, we never forget that even when we talk about constitutional review, that office, still government not see the need for unbundle, contrary to waiting the current governing political party, SLPP, being promised that they will unbundle the office of the Attorney General and the Ministry of Justice. It's good for we understand that constitutionally these two offices are so powerful, but principally then they exist for provide legal advice to the executive, particularly the president. And here we are in a situation pending again on the Attorney General on whether will Parliament be able to remove the Auditor General or what happens next. And we see the president make this kind of serious, I call it serious because if you look even in governance architecture, the Attorney General in appointment are subjected to even parliamentary approval. So you show the enormous power where he gets from the executive standpoint. So for me, I think that is quite serious. And I don't want to forget there are backstories about the president hiring some legal firm in addressing some issues internationally, and wherein if waiting in text, the Attorney General for be the right person way for represent and advise the president legally, you ask yourself why the president, as many people hold, and there are evidence to it, need to go contract some external lawyers. So whether it was fit or not fit or purpose or what could have been the disagreement, they say coming events, they cast their shadow. So I think the government is in a state of constitutional quagmire. And I think for political thinkers and legal experts, we should be anticipating or looking ahead for what is the big elephant in the room.
This institution, primarily we know them for, they're supposed for to the president and the government at large. If we look at the number of people we residents bill don't pick inside this in 6 to 7 years now for dinner this particular ministry. You said don't name the names them. Up to 5 now you don't get now this only ministry. What do you think say go don't go wrong for like continuously they put somebody there we see we don't even put possibly not take 1 month or 2 months they pull. What do you think say they go wrong? We make the president continuously change people at this ministry.
We will find out the answer by going back to the President B.O.B. campaign. If you look now in manifesto, he say it go overhaul the judiciary and the justice sector. It's my thinking that the kind of reforms and the kind of change that is expected in the judiciary stroke justice sector is not evident. And I will tell you, if you look at the World Justice Project Index, Sierra Leone would only give us from where President B.O. take power. Yes, from 90-something, 100-something, we begin countdown back. So it shows that the country justice sector and judiciary is not delivering if we are to interpret the action of frequent changes of attorney generals and ministers of justice. So I think that's it. That the reform we need that the justice sector, people on the CM and international indices, don't point to that.
You think that the right person is really not fit into the position or as something can happen along the line where they cause disagreements and they say go it?
I think the constitution is so complex that even the president always go once, will get some. So in the pursuit of that, he go on for get person every for what I will call manipulate the laws, or in parliament get some butcher constitutionality or procedurality. Lawyers, if we look at the ordinary look, that well, the legal profession might be failing because these are all lawyers, but that could not be the case. I know say lawyers and people when it comes to certain constitutional and moral argument, they don't compromise it easily. So it could be that the president wants something, and by the law, not provide for that. That's just my speculation. And maybe you want for meander or maneuver them process, then they, able to forget some. So you will feel disappointed. That's natural. That's my estimation why many leaders then they make such changes. But it can also be that the personality not meets the expectation by virtue of course, MLT is an academic also. And of course, he's a conservative personality in my estimation. I've watched him table several bills in Parliament. In fact, well, I don't want to critique him because he's gone. For respect people and for their service. So it's either or. It's either they play by the president's rule book, or they meet the president's expectation, or waiting the president to ask of him in see ways for achievement.
The president not only change and bring somebody new, even the judiciary is shaky. bring in Justice Combat Commander for now be the Chief Justice, and when you look at the track record of Combat Commander and now a new AG, and you look at the constitutional review process they go on, and this new AG very instrumental in this constitutional review process. In fact, maybe they had they tell we be Deputy Attorney General, and we see the role where he play in the tripartite committee and all of that. What do you think the President Bio try for doing the judiciary?
I think so. Political and legal and social pundits them for carefully to study President Bio, because for me, some of the actions I can predict, but others I cannot. But looking at bringing the person of Judge Commander and looking at its track record, I'm a parliamentary pundit. The removal of MPs and how that decision was at home and abroad critiqued. And looking at the state of the judiciary itself, and looking at the holder of the position and the previous holder, and how the previous holder left the position for Uda Binka Act, it seems as if some things not normal like the judiciary. And there is an executive plan we might be on the brewing for make the judiciary interpret. Already I will predict that Parliament is not going to be able to pull the Auditor General Lara. So what's going to happen, Parliament going to write to the Supreme Court and ask for an interpretation because of the gridlock. It could be a case that, well, let's have somebody that is, again, let me understand, all across the world, not to crime for the judges of superior courts be conservatives or liberals or radicals. But in Sierra Leone, I know of few radical judges, and I will not be hesitant to name them at all.
Name for them.
Combat Commander now, Chief Justice, and Adrian Fisher. And if you look at media commentaries on judiciaries across the world, it's not a crime to say a judge is a conservative judge, a liberal judge, or a radical judge. So in my estimation, if you are bringing a radical judge to sit as at the highest courts, it means there are radical decisions coming that you need somebody to take the heat. And it could also mean that previous holders of those positions might have advised otherwise. So for me, we should expect the unexpected on that, for the fact that the fact speaks for themselves.
From your analysis now and from where you are sitting, it clears the appointment of Justice Combat Commander as Chief Justice, now a strategic one.
Yes.
And they candidate for pursue a certain assignment?
I think so. Looking at his decisions over the years, there is no way you cannot tell me that Justice Commander is not a radical judge. He's a very radical judge. And we are coming to have a very radical Chief Justice. Whether he will use his radicalism for institutional reforms that the judiciary can be in a positive light. Whether he will use them also for correct some of the what we will call lapses in the justice sector or the judiciary, because mind you, what we talk about the judiciary is the court, but the justice sector spans beyond just the courts. So it's an interesting look ahead. And don't forget, we get a situation where even the ACC is waiting for going to the courts. So you have a look all of that also. So for me, I think we should be circumspect, now a 50-50. When you get radicals, not always then go be anti-developmental or hostile.
Because that's what I ask you to describe Justice Combat Commander for be a radical judge. Him don't be in this position of the Chief Justice. But also then can say, you know, they feed, bite the finger where they feed you. And it's a political appointment where you get. What are your expectations of him? Although you don't describe him for being radical, we all know say people don't they be. The bright example I will give you now the ACC boss. He used to be a very radical person, but now we all know how it's like since he gets in political appointment. This case of Justice Combat Commander, what do you expect?
I am not expecting much. Because in my estimation, it can be a political payback, but that is not to say the personality not getting your own conscience and not getting your own national disposition for a country.
The test of time. If 10 minutes for take tough decision, for example, it gets word from the presidency. You think say it will be a man of his own word and defy waiting and tell him for
that will be a test now on his own personality. It will be a test on his personality because today in have been just judge or justice as they will call him, but now the chief justice. So the decision where they make now, people get for judge and buy. Like our previous decisions, then the judge and buy. So for me, I don't want to be hasty in making a conclusion because the events are not unfold yet. But by now, I think if I don't understand the role where they go serve, that it take an oath for protect the courts and for provide justice to everyone. Whether that's going to be the case is one thing. But another thing, how it will be resistant to things them way public go feel say not legal is another thing. But above all, not just the political situation, the judiciary for the common man. Some man they say prefer for left in case to God than he go to court. Some man they say prefer for go swear than he go to court. Why? Because public confidence in the courts is dwarfed. And President Bio at one time they don't talk that. So whether they change them where they make, or they, in this case, this change would make a difference, I think it's not all for pray for.
Justice Comeback Amanda, they can head a judiciary where the public not trust. Some man, for example, waiting up on the elections where the APC they contest, they say they're not going to court because they not trust the judiciary, because then case 2018 they can go to court. Up till now, they don't even know waiting at their faith. And you look at how Chadi, a civil society organization, don't challenge the judiciary, and up till now they challenge them, don't accuse them of being corrupt. A whole lot of allegation with aim at the judiciary. You just don't describe this new Chief Justice Comeback Commander how they come in now for being a radical. You get a caliber for cleanse the name of the judiciary.
Yes, subject to political willingness. Because if you get mine for remove 10 elected MPs, I don't see why you not get mine for remove magistrates or judges or even lawyers them. We know they play by the rules of the judiciary. So that is one side. But on the other side, if is, of course, the politics and the courts, but I wonder when that will be divorced, because if the Chief Justice is appointed by the President, like in many other jurisdictions, however, the safeguards that the courts, waiting Chief Justice Commander they bring now for reduced political interference. Khadija, if we look at some highlights as to why make Salon judiciary and justice sector don't go bien. Now me la tell famble and the reality. Una can go watch the reports on herself. Now that's one. Constraints on government powers. Now one of the benchmark that. So it's obvious that government powers on the courts are enormous. So me when I say with the reverse, I'm not surprised. You look at powers, absence of corruption. Can you tell me that our judiciary, well, not we own all judiciary might be corrupt, but the amount or the magnitude of corruption. So that makes Salon not they perform well. You look about open government. How open is our judiciary or the justice sector itself? Now the sector that they for let you get spokesperson for can talk to you. And if you know, in fact, I don't know other than the spokesperson for the Attorney General and the Ministry of Justice. I don't know, Khadija, maybe you know. Then get this
spokesperson again Moses.
No, the judiciary. Attorney General and Ministry of Justice is different from the judiciary.
Then get a communication.
When last you see her?
Just visible.
But Khadija, don't see this media small. I'm first and more young. I don't know if it's maybe it's anyone. Judiciary then gets. So it's talking about open. That is how you share information, how people they interact and all that. So, and they talk about fundamental rights, order and security, regulatory enforcement, civil justice, criminal justice. These are the benchmarks where you use if you want for say we judiciary they do better or you need to do better. And according to what I say, 2024 World Justice Project report, our justice sector in Sierra Leone is not doing better.
Now we look at the new AG. As sure say you don't follow trends yesterday. We don't see inside the Africanist press, don't they say several things. Looking at the new AG in background from USAID, maybe don't they there for long, and this safe model bill gonna parliament. And according to what in the Africanist press they write, why use that in relationship with the USAID because of huge funding so for come for the parliament pass this particular bill. We'll see yesterday the Interreligious Council wear t-shirts led by Pastor Mambu and stage a protest in parliament.
That's his mother side because I hold an ideological position on pro-choice and pro-life for now. But on the suspicion that this now way for pass a law for let money inside to America, Kadisha, the reality is that Salone will suffer economically. So for attract donor funds in ways where they be beneficial to Sierra Leoneans, I don't think media or civil society should be hostile to that. However, I think the concern there is, let's not forget, there is a big legal issue between Sierra Leone and America. People don't forget. There is a visa ban on certain unnamed persons. We're still extant. American embassy not every one of them people and do. But you don't know whether these people, when this thing will take effect. And Kadisha, if you look at the operations of the U.S. Embassy in Sierra Leone, it's restraint. So if you are bringing in somebody who don't work today, Kadisha, I'm not feeling bad though. I go only feeling bad when we begin to see what's in the common under in hand, meaning waiting at the judicial reforms them or agreement them legally where they bring. So that suspicion of, and no one forgets any critical, and now we talk about safe motherhood. Of course, we know say the current U.S. ambassador in Salone holds a position like America and the government we don't commodity so. Long understand, governments also don't change in America first. There is a new government taking power, is it first week January? Yeah. So, if now for America interest, let me not fool yourself, America interest don't change. As at where Donald Trump done the, and we know what party Donald Trump represent. They represent conservative, they are conservative. So if now America influence no more, within sharing on the bar, they say, I go challenge her. Because power don't change, and now Washington, as they stand at the moment, will not support safe abortion. That's hypothetical. Let me leave that intellectual argument there, because I get great respect for Mr. Chernoba. He's one of the Sierra Leonean intellectuals where they do real work where they create change. I don't want for all any criticism behind him back. So if not that, not the argument no more, you know all what's up. But we know say the current ambassador, they don't meet with LGBTQ community in Sierra Leone way will not be ever know. It's on their U.S. Embassy Facebook page. That's an open secret. Whether Donald Trump will keep an eye out so way they take power, so we don't know whether Brian Hunt get for maintain. But the fact remains, if it's about U.S. interests, make President B.O. put. He already got the main man, when David Senge, is much more U.S. influential than anybody than the current government.
You make one very important point where they talk about issues of legality with this government in the U.S. And this new AG don't work there. It will know enroll in the USAID and how they support elections in 2018. With these issues, we're still standing, visa ban on certain people, bringing in Alpha CC as the new AG. You think they go use an influence or relationship for correct some of their issues there? Mind you, all of their issues there so tie around the implementation of some of the recommendations in the tripartite committee report. Because we don't see outside the U.S. ambassador, don't they emphasize them to the media over and over? Yeah.
And that's a very good context where you give implementation of the tripartite committee report. And if you have the AG coming in and a new Chief Justice with some of the issues and subjected to legal reforms, of course, a natural for let you say the person they get a government perspective of what government want for do. But if they look at the person again, they waiting the law say. Like for example, Kadija, the law say 2/3. It like you know the best lawyer, like you study in America. It like you go Harvard or Cambridge. The law are the law, waiting them black and white. So for me, I think this same American influence are not one for overplay because if America want play anything with Saloon David Senga is enough. And let me give you a case study. When President Madabi go na in Alma Mater, America University, there was a specific question asked by one of the professors. We still look the video where he say, he asked Madabio, what do you think about your chief minister? That was a dedicated question. Now, they are no say, the current chief minister, America respects her highly. Highly, because if an institution way as big as that, they ask a personalized question rather than an institutionalized question, it's a bias naturally. So if America want to do anything, I think say even if the David Senga have done both once and say now we fly go Washington and we get MCC compact. So I don't think Alpha CC is coming for that. He's coming for some serious domestic issues, as we don't begin point out, and some of the issues then they get for be tough, and for the Chief Justice also get for be tough, but they for understand that then the people's power is changing.
Possibly also not to roll out everything based on perhaps not because you know why in choose and put in that kind of position right now, but as we all see as things unfold, but you think the funding from the US, for example, for make Sierra Leone as a nation throw away with social, cultural, and religious values?
You are making a conjecture. Safe abortion. Honestly, I think yes, we need safe motherhood bill, because I tell you realistically, people are hypocrites no more in this country. The one that we don't do abortion or we don't put money per abortion, then Boku say, then they make no money because they're not public. I will go to Jesus Christ in allusion. Hold on, let me land.
Now that the age where the president just pulled so strongly they against this bill.
So that's the irony. That's ironical. So if they're against the bill, why the president appoints her?
So Melvin, earlier
the one way it don't pull.
So are you suggesting that Alpha Cisse is in?
I don't know.
No, look Alpha Cisse in track record. He don't do public events. He has been in parliament. I have attempted to interview him on critical bits. Firstly, he's a very sociable person. And I think we hope he will break that tradition where AG they not give media interviews. He go for talk to the media. He's approachable. So we don't go to what we don't talk or what we don't do. The track record. But I don't see anything suggestive of that,
Melvin,
honestly.
I don't declare a conflict of interest. You say you hold some ideology about this. Yes, right, so I don't say you are the right person to forget this.
Because you're letting get
they come back to you.
You ask a question on whether it's a Western influence interest, and I'm a Sierra Leonean. I have a right to hold an opinion.
For the funds.
It's not about the funds. If Tunisia get the law, they not get the funds. It's not about funds.
All right, Melvin.
It's about the impact on women and girls.
When they come back to you, if they watch the breakfast show. And this morning they look at two important topics. Them the world gets for do with deportation of Sierra Leonean them from Guinea. We get Arthur Pratt na the virtual link where they analyze that day. And we get Melvin Tejan Mansaray, a social commentator. They look at the new appointment of a new Attorney General and a Chief Justice by His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Madabio. They go for this quick commercial break. We'll come back. We'll go talk to Arthur.
It's a brand new song for our customers, where they bank with us all over the universe.
Save small and win big. UBA, they celebrate 75 years of better banking service. And Nasalone, the bank done there for 15 years now. This na big celebration, and we want give back to we wonderful customer them. We don't make we business go find one for the past 75 years with the UBA Savings Legacy promo. Save small and get your own share upon these 350,000 leones. 30 customer them go get the chance for win cash prize every quarter. Just put 2,000 leones and above na your account. And the more you put 2,000 and above na your account, na the more you go increase your chance for win more. No wait to kapu the chance now. Your legacy starts today. The draw them go happen inside September and December 2024. Join UBA for celebrate 75 years of excellence. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Money in my pockets, I'm what I want correct. Customer service with excellence. Now that's make with the top, now the continent.
To pay bills with the UBA mobile app, just log into the app. Click on Pay Bills within the Quick Links dashboard. You'll be provided with a list of various biller categories like cable TV, sports and gaming, utilities, airtime and data, and so on. Click on the biller category you want. Then select from a list of price options provided by the biller. Click Confirm to proceed with the transaction. Enter your PIN and click OK. And you're done. Enjoy paying your bills with the UBA mobile app.
Alright, welcome back. You still watch Breakfast on Liberty Online Television, and we go back na the virtual link. Also, we get an analyst we na Arthur V.A. Pratt. Ide na the virtual link. Also, we discuss the issue we get for do with the authorities in Guinea, we forcefully pulls over 200 Sierra Leoneans them, bring them at the Salon Guinea border, say them for come back Salon, and we see authorities them again come yesterday for talk to President Bio and in government regarding this particular issue, because we already see videos them also people they allege say police on the pool people them we belong to Guinea of a particular tribe way according to the police then say this not true, but now the issues here we discuss inside the program. We go back to Arthur. Now as the situation they Arthur, we all know say authorities them come out yesterday na Guinea where then government send for can engage Sierra Leonean authorities them for see how they go map out a strategy and solve this whole issue where they happen. But taking into consideration the way how the whole thing don't unfold so far, what you will advise send a suitable way where the two countries them go able for amicably settle this particular issue?
All right. Before I talk about this issue, I just want to make a request quickly. Probably don't want to make time. Just make like 2 or 3 minutes for me for go back and talk a little bit. Not now. I can answer a question first. But go back and talk a little bit concerning waiting me brother they talk about Alpha CC, waiting check not talk about Alpha CC in rule in all of these things where they happen and the change of government. Because I think to say me brother information there a little bit misleading, you know, because like me, I know like even when they talk about David Senga, how David Senga gets influence in America, I know David Senga is working with Bill Gates and George Soros them where they put money for reduced population, and one of the ways they reduce population now for promote abortion at the world, and one of the other ways they promote abortion now for harvest enzymes and other things them fetuses that when they use for make other things them at the world. I make in this abortion bill where they use they talk say the fetus is a product, but not so that I talk about now. Let's just talk about what you ask me, because I think to say I need for make me voice add on these issues when we go at the talk, because you know actually waiting in at the bill, and you know actually the dangers of that particular bill to Sierra Leonean traditions, culture, and with people and the population as a whole. And what will happen within the government for all the changes where this government don't do this BNTM. If they look at combat commander, I think to say combat commander is a radical. It's not a radical. It's for me, combat commander is a tribalist and is a partisan judge. But let's just answer your question.
Arthur, you get evidence for proof. You point based on the allegations and what you say done they make so far, because Melvin equally gets rights on your opinion when opinion they express.
I don't say get right to your opinion. I don't say get right to your opinion. So let's just answer your questions and then if you give me a chance we could discuss on that one day. Now when it comes to the issue of the discussion where they go on now, I think to say you're quite right that the governments engage in dialogue. Because when we engage in dialogue, we give space to peace, and we give space for make we ensure say we able for approach issues them much more decently and exercise allow people them for exercise their rights, give people them a chance for make them they exercise their right. So in as much as the dialogue can late and not to dialogue, not to now the dialogue for don't can in fact the dialogue then for don't begin with, me now one person will always they support dialoguing in a situation. Because no matter what happen at the end of the day, the Guinean government wants some people in the out of Guinea. So me also think to say we government for just ensure say we listen to waiting and they say and receive with people them back. Receive with people them and make sure so with people them find in place now their homes them side and come out. But begin for put strategies in place for secure Sierra Leoneans, not only in Sierra Leone, but out of Sierra Leone. And also begin for secure with borders. Begin for ensure that with border lines are secured. If you look at all the conflicts where they go on in the world, let's take for example, the new administration we get for come in the United States of America, the Trump administration, you'll find out that one of the thing we bring kind of power now border issue. The border issue was very, very strong. If you look at what's in the happen Ukraine and between Russia and Ukraine, it's about border issue. It's about border communities. So and when you look at the stance with country like Italy, they take rights now in the EU. You find out for say it's about securing them borders. My question with the government in Sierra Leone is this: why are we not putting interest and resources into ensuring that those things that are important to us as Sierra Leoneans are secured? Why are we not putting the effort in all of that? Why are we waiting until something happens to Sierra Leoneans before actions can be taken or actions could are taken? You know, we don't have to be reactive. The government of Sierra Leone therefore learn for be proactive. And I'm saying this, I'm not saying this just for this government. I'm saying this for every other government and every other politician in Sierra Leone. We get for the learn for the think proactively, not to for the react at anything we happen, we react. At anything we happen, we react. You get time for don't need power. You don't need power for a very long time. You don't need power for 6 years. This government don't need power for 6 years. For 6 years, they should have done something with regards border. We get a Ministry of Internal Affairs. We should have done something with regards considering with people them within Guinea and Liberia, because these are the two closest countries to we.
Arthur, we talk about this press release where they show now on the screen for we viewers them. Yesterday during the edition of this same breakfast show, we talked to the deputy police media. It denies say the police no arrest anybody way na fuller. The same yesterday na net, the Ministry of Information and Civic Education pulled a press release who side them condemn this particular act where they say certain elements them na the police they target fuller people them where then condemn. So who side the misinformation there? Because if the police they deny, then the Ministry of Information they pull and condemn this act through a press release. Who side the issue there?
Well, basically the issue there within what we will call the authority structure of Sierra Leone. Because the fact of the matter is there is no way then the police go now deny arresting people. Because the Ministry of Information, their own press release where they pull on tell you say yes, they arrest people. And now the police they deny say they not arrest people, they not arrest fuller people. And the fuller community, they have full statements. And then go na Hastings and then meet with people na Hastings, fuller people na Hastings where they arrest and where they know say over close to 98% of the people all they arrest, they all not be full among them. The problem we get make I tell you now, because we get a government where not they in control completely. Because if the government they in control completely, police not they take action.
Arthur, you say we get a government where not they in control completely. So who are they in control, Nasalon, in terms of governance?
So this is the problem. Wait to make that statement today. Now the fact that if you get a government where they in control, the police not just to grab and go arrest people them mass like that one day without and not get authority from above. It's not possible in Sierra Leone. Police not ever take action by themselves. You investigate any actions where the police they take with regards to the populace. People in authority, now they don't give the police the go ahead for do that. It's just that it's a funny thing that at the end of the day, when the people and grab, even the Minister of Information are fuller, the Vice President are fuller. When the people and grab, government has to save face. And if the government gets for save face, then they turn now and push this thing, say, okay, nobody not give order to the police, we go investigate. And nothing is going to come out of this thing at the end of the day. Nothing is going to come out of it because the order for arrest people come out from the political arm of government. That is where it come out from. With all my experience in that country in Sierra Leone, there is no way the Sierra Leone police to take decisions whether for do with the civil populace when that order not come out from above. Even when it comes to demonstrations, when people and they say, oh, one for demonstrate, when they tell you say, oh, the police they call you for make you go talk to the police. That's on outside the actual decision they come out. That Ministry of Internal Affairs. That is the actual decision they come out. When the police tell you say, okay, when I go, when I come back, the police are not going to take the decision. And the police can get that sense that they will forward it to the Minister of Internal Affairs, and the decision will come from either the minister or the deputy minister. You see? So this is very, very unfortunate. For me, I just think to say it's unfortunate and it's a sign that government gets to be strong.
If you hold this view that the police, they act based on orders from above, then this press release, so they talk about a very strong. Now, strong words then the government use for condemn this act. You think, say, the government use this press release as a way of covering up and throw the police under the bus?
Strongly agree with that. I strongly agree with that. Say the government need to cover up. Because make you just look at the fact that the vice presidents are full. And the mistake what the police make in they're making this arrest, they just target the fuller people. Then forget say we get so people away na Guineans there as well. We get Madingo people away na Guineans as well. But other ethnic groups away na Guinea them come out so me not sabi self na this issue make I know but the other ethnic groups then they na Sierra Leone, they not target them. And then when you look at the south side and go target people them again, in a strange areas them outside, you're not supposed to just target people and then inside and then beach road and then side and they you're not even going to the communities them outside, the fuller people and they sit down, they actually do their business. You not even go there. You know, so at the end of the day, to save face and for ensure say the government not go in disarray, government had to do something. So when we see this particular yes, I wasn't surprised of this strong language, but I know that our government, the government in Sierra Leone, we capable of doing these things. The government in Sierra Leone always capable of doing these things, throwing certain people under the bus just for safe face. Let the police be at this one. But I will tell you that if at the end of the day, any press man investigate this matter properly, you will find out that this order to arrest people comes from the political arm. That is where it comes from.
If this continue, what do you foresee between Salone and Guinea? If this acts of revenge continue, or if the Guinea authorities themselves continue to send Sierra Leoneans them, where according to them, not get paper for legally dinner and country, what do you foresee?
Well, first of all, I don't know what with governments then go capable of doing, because one of the things that we government as Sierra Leone always get to go foot when it can to sometimes when it can to responding to within the happen now from other countries them now within the sub-region. Many a times Sierra Leone governments can sometimes select for one for force, one for contacts the ECOWAS force, one for do this, one for do that one day. But one of the things where I go tell you say go get for happen that it go get for increase a lot of tension. It will get for increased tension on the the arm in which we will get for CCC authorities them within the countries them, not to authorities them for self, within the civil populace. the civil populace then go begin for reacts to this situation. Now I make we need for care we own go small. Yesterday I saw somebody posting a fake video in which somebody was being set ablaze in some other country, and they say, okay, this is Guinea, and the group where that group they will see that video. I get for tell the person for delete them and say this is a lie and this is wrong. When we begin for see things like that one, the people and they begin for use their situation, they also for confusion. For ensure say confusion go, so we get governments get for act swift and government get for act right. And how governments get for act right, the very first thing to say the government for do now for release them people in there. And we governments offer go down the line of revenge. If we governments think to say the need for take action, let them begin to take diplomatic action. Diplomatic action. Government for withdraw, we ambassador to Guinea, we deputy ambassador to Guinea, withdraw them, cut down on the way they call them a Guinea. Allow ECOWAS and the Mano River Union for coming and dialogue on this issue. Let we put dialogue first on this issue, you know, and so that at the end of the day, because anything can happen, Guinea and military governments can get. It will reach a point sometime where you don't know where would I go open fire at the other. Because when you look at the day when they carry people and go to the Balamoya day for let them bring them camp, you see how the Guinean military react, and that's always they always react. The Guinean military, they are always hyperactive, always draw guns, always make things look fearful. These are the things they do. And you know, they know what thing get for happen one day. So me still think to say we get for go down the line of dialogue, and meeting to say the government of Sierra Leone for act more matured and take the lead in ensuring that diplomacy work in this thing, so that the West African sub-region no go see an escalating conflict at the end of the day.
We'll come back to you shortly for wrap up the program. Lord, just bring in Melvin Tejan Mansaray. We other analysts who get na the studio who they look at the two appointment them where His Excellency the President make this BNTM na the judiciary, the new AG and the Chief Justice. Sorry. Let me look at then two people there with all the analysis so you don't make. Waiting Sierra Leonean then for expect, especially a time like this where two major things then they gone, the constitutional review process they gone, and this new AG and be spared that one day, then we still get the implementation, and they don't set up committee them for implement the tripartite committee, and we still said the opposition don't they call on government see resolution 3 we get for do it releasing people way be detained by issues related with politics and other one day.
Thank you very much. People expect uncertainty to answer your question in some way, because we don't know whether or not the people's interest or political parties' interest or the president's interest or the law's interest go be sick at the end of the day. Well, Khadija, I'm a journalist and I know the rules of the media. When I invite me on a specific issue for talk about, and when I talk about that specific issues, me must be the catch for talk about the deportation issue. Notes on that. I prepared my notes on that. But since you not ask me on that, I deliberately not go on that. And I take great exception to comments from one of the guests. We try for rebut me very unethically. Unethical because if he's saying a sociologist or whatever, if I'm not waiting on ask you for Robbie Motspan, you know for Robbie Motspan and a media. Now, since I get the rights for reply, I reply. Ato or whatever I call himself, he say me not read the bill it. I challenge and say I don't read the bill passer. I don't read this bill as of this morning for the 5th term. And this is not the Safe Motherhood and Reproductive Health Care Act 2024. I read them for a deliberate reason, because I know say there are arguments for and against. And my own duty, yes, I might be accused of having a conflict of interest by way of lobbying, but I think I also have my moral position on the bill. I'm not going to sit down somebody they pelt misinformation about you read just because it's sitting in a comfort zone.
We actually get planned for bring in media analysts then for discuss this bill.
All right, but since you say no reader, I'll just enlighten them on the most controversial elements and section of the bill. Perhaps since I don't know which another element day of the bill. That now section 9, when are the right to accept or refuse? It say a person shall have a right to express choices and preferences in respect of diverse safe motherhood and reproductive health care services and procedures. Notwithstanding the generality of subsection 1, a woman shall have the right to determine on her own behalf matters relating to family planning, including the list long. I will encourage Arthur to go read them because now that is him for say it is Q. Now that comes to the issue of waiting for experts. We get Sierra Leone at the crossroad on legal issues. So when the president make changes, it's natural for them to get the suspicion that they want to get somebody where they can play in game. However, until anything they happen and we see clearly say it on in violation of the laws, I think say me not go sit down for be hypothetical, but rather if I want to analyze Justice Commander argue an instance of waiting me know on record removal of MPs because that's my own domain. If I want to talk about Alpha CC, I will tell you about the bill with the last table na parliament. Now my interaction and because I go for interview, I for see I react to questions and concerns from not people that are dissidents, but people that are residents. So when we discuss national development, we all get we approach towards it, and our rights for let me be right wing or left wing or centrist, and me they make boast say me as centrist in me commentaries. I think everybody get rights for do so, and I'm glad you established that. Everybody get rights to opinion. What to make the difference now the facts. And in this case, I use the word and I repeat and say, Justice Commander is a radical judge. The definition for radicalism, I don't need for educate nobody on that. Now somebody where they take action, where other person go, one for use diplomacy, one for use circumvent the means. Somebody where they show in face. So it don't show in face, say, if he wants to act, he will act, irrespective of whatever backlash. In my estimation, that I mean by radicalism. If in get in opinion, not immediately for can challenge and I waiting my own fact suggests. And with Alpha CC, I'm in a position of that it might be influential from an American perspective, it might hold his own personal disposition, but at the end of the day, where the process they now is subject to legislative approval. So there is no way you go force MP there if they say, although the speaker yesterday, in my estimation, breached parliamentary procedures and best practice arbitrarily. Khadija, we have covered parliament for over 15 years. When such motion is there, before you commit it, you should not unite. Now, members of parliament first for say, well, this should be committed. But yesterday, what we saw was a speaker who used his own chair for say, this bill is committed. Don't now speaker we say there is no debate, but he allowed the floor for let somebody we na pro-life take the floor for begin debates. Now a speaker we preside over a sitting wherein he even wimp the galleries. We already read the slogan like for saying be APC SLPP affairs. Now a speaker will not even allow for listening to the leader of a young government in business by way of playing to the gallery. I am very outright here, and I mean what I say, Khadija, because I know say by facts. If you don't allow, say, person for put banner, Khadija, when last they put banner, even something when they put her on the Abbas window, they say let them pull her. But you allow one. What did the speaker create yesterday for allow pro-life than what if the next city where they come, the one that where they for the safe mother would be less back one can hold them banner. Will Parliament have that capacity to control that? Even when the leader of government business bring it up, the speaker used a arbitral power, which for me, I think it was very, very sad. And for me, I would say that even before the speaker, that we all have our biases. But when it comes to process and procedures, let us not bend them because we satisfy we own biases. And yesterday, that's exactly what the speaker did. Therefore, don't allow a debate. Now that debate, therefore, don't allow let we know whether APC, SLPP, we're not there in favor. That was not allowed. And at the end of the day, you commit and say further scrutiny with an injunction also. if that is not achieved, don't consider it to happen. How can you be so biased? What if naturally Sierra Leoneans say, okay, after all the consultation, this is needed or not needed?
Me and you know the kind of controversy we surround this particular bill they talk about. We don't the parliament, then come, then kick against, and then bring and come as a private member motion, it still not succeed. And like I say, we go bring time, we go find time who they bring media analysts they will discuss this particular issue. But quickly, let's just go again to Arthur as we wrap up the program. Hello again, Arthur.
Yes, Khadija, there.
Yes, so we wrap up the program now. Going forward, I think say the two countries them for handle these issues, because we see yesterday the foreign minister from Guinea, he come and get an engagement with His Excellency the President and his counterpart when at the Sierra Leone foreign minister himself been there at this particular meeting. You think after this engagement the situation will calm now and Sierra Leone and the way they na Guinea go get peace and self the people the way then they define say na fuller the way they na so they don't be get arrest, all these issues go come to rest?
Well, first of all, it's very for me, I just need to say the situation as at now, we for continue the dialogue, we for continue talking, and we for make sure say we young people well in our country. Like I say from the beginning, Sierra Leone gets full of them, and all the ethnic groups that we belong to Guinea and then belong to Sierra Leone, and we been don't make back take care of the immigration system in our country. So not so now all of a sudden for just grab say one for revenge and deport them people in this. So me think to say the government of Sierra Leone for continue in dialogue, for allow people and for live in peace, for we own peace and sanity in our own country. For we own peace and sanity now we own country. Because as things stands now, I go tell you this for free. The government of Sierra Leone not gets the ability for no who's fuller man, na Guinea fuller, who's fuller man, and Salon fuller. Because Sierra Leone are the only country where somebody who come out Guinea, come out Liberia or any side country today, can Sierra Leone today, it go na births and deaths, they go get access to forget birth certificates without any proper background check. If they get birth certificate and without birth certificate, before you know it, if they go get passports and if they get ID card without any proper background check. You just need somebody who they can't talk say no more. Okay, now be me picking not been there, then don't agree. They don't agree with her, they don't get them everything. So how we want for do this now? What kind of revenge you want for revenge so now? You want for throw away people papa then you want for pull out and send go Guinea and left them picking in a saloon, or you want for take the mama and send them go Guinea and left the man in a saloon with the picking them, or now picking them just want for take a bit and send them go Guinea. You know, so the whole thing is a confusion. Me, I'm glad when this thing happened, because the reason make I'm glad when this thing happened, this particular thing would draw attention to the weaknesses of the immigration system in Sierra Leone, and it will make we government and begin for take them very, very serious. But I also say, and I still stand on that the government of Sierra Leone for continue in dialogue, not to forgive. Continue in dialogue with the Guinean authorities. We get too many issues with Guinea. Here alone is an issue where gets the propensity for war. It's a very strong issue. And when you look at the Guinean Sojaman and behavior and what they do always, they not get no respect for diplomacy and they not get no respect for Sierra Leone. That I can tell anybody. The Guinean authorities not get respect for Sierra Leone as a nation. So therefore, they can feel to say they go do anything. And then they feel to say, okay, probably they can just come and ride the Sierra Leone army where me not think to say go happen. I'm not speaking for war. I'm speaking against war. And I'm speaking against extending this conflict. Because we don't want a situation when you go to Guinea, when they close the border, a lot of Sierra Leoneans they become affected. And we still get a lot of Sierra Leoneans in Guinea, in different parts of Guinea, especially in Conakry. We still get a lot of Sierra Leoneans then they will need for be secured. And then people need for be secured based on the actions of the government back home. Now, how we government back home treats this situation, now it will reflect on how this situation will affect the people them na Guinea. And finally, to me, what I will say, first of all, I want to make you know, say, I not come with anything against you personally. No, I'm not with anything personally. I wanted to deal with the issues that when you give, because for me, I think to say some of that, it's some of the information that way you give. You understand me? Somebody will know a little bit more, need for add in voice to that. So I don't know why you've been taking that personal and with the language where you use. Where so I'm sorry if you feel hot because but on media, you talk about media ethics, I will tell you say yes. I get rights for what more of an issue if I think to say I can add information for make people understand the issue better. And I get the bill right in front of me. I'm not telling you say I don't read them. I read them. You need before me now. So I'm sorry if you feel hot. I don't make statements for make you feel hot. I'm sorry to you ladies. I don't make statements for put on a program or for let the gentleman feel hot.
All right,
I just came to say it was about my
we go bring we go
so
bring you a Melvin for let we can analyze this particular bill and everybody go state your opinion on that. Many thanks for you join me this morning. We know say in a very odd time now you say, but you make time for join me this morning and give you your analysis on the deportation of Sierra Leonean them from Guinea. Now be a pleasure for host you now breakfast show at all.
Thank you.
All right, that's now Arthur V.A. Pratt, we na a media analyst, be there with we earlier. Quickly, Melvin, we wrap up the program now in terms of then 2 appointments there. So you hopeful say they're going to stabilize the judiciary or the justice sector as a whole.
No, it's possible. Inside 5 years, for can do inside 4 years, it will be very difficult. Time force not go allow. But like I say, if there is political sincerity, maybe we go reach outside the nation they expect we for reach. On the other issue, I think we don't dialogue with Yangate. Salon always now with the bully. So in this case, I think we need to begin to put nation above tribe. Of course, we all know say the Fullers are the 3rd largest ethnic group in Sierra Leone. And nobody, as per the constitution, not get that right there for discriminate them. However, I wonder why dissidents not they ask and turn the lens over how Sierra Leoneans were treated over there. Me, on this issue again, I get a natural bias waiting to protect Salon in respect and comfort. Because if you don't believe in a younger, the last time you don't lock you border. Ebo, certain times, they call it called kum fire kum. Yes, you know what they beat me always done at the cry no more. One of myself affordable for pull chest. And I think say I support the action. Unfortunately, the police they betray or the political class they betray the police. But this could not come from political orders. And even if it comes from political orders, for me, I think it's necessary. Because somebody talks, say, we call you ambassador. It's the same as forceful deportation. Because in diplomacy, when you do a recall of your ambassador, it's called escalation of diplomatic tension.
So you feel say arresting full of people and then I be the writer?
No. Because we dispute and say full of people there. Let's say arresting Guineans then I am.
But
because the Guinea media, not the projects and so, they not say arresting Madingos or Fulazo, they say arresting Sierra Leoneans.
So the best way for you now for let them for be arrest Guinean then I am?
Guineans can be Fulas, Madingos of my descent and Sosos. Guinean are Guinean. If you fall victim as Fulaman, let me do an eye for an eye. They're gonna say we're going to discuss that.
So you not feel say the foreign minister of Guinea for Kanaya sit down with president and your foreign minister and be the right approach?
That the right approach. Kadisha, I don't forget. We ECOWAS say not for engage Guinea. Na mother be unaya. Now enforce begin for breach the protocol. Say let people also be dialogue. So that is not the issue. The issue here is let somebody else sit down because all gone na Guinea. If we say for terrorize not only Guineans but foreigners. If they do that, we need to take a radical approach.
But we get the strength.
We don't get the strength. They don't come. Guinea now not think about that. They get their own internal democratic issues they've also handled. They not get that time day. What they do? They just try for divert attention from their domestic politics using Salon like for say we are the weaker vessel. It's wrong. And I think this action, unfortunately, the government did deny her, but another I expect also diplomatically. In diplomacy, when man slap you slap them back. Say tomorrow, all man they deny you.
But you get for now, say the two countries themselves gets this bilateral ties for protect. And we'll talk to the deputy ambassador for Salona, Guinea. He said they do this without they not even inform the embassy. And they not be even aware. So diplomacy now they at play.
Diplomacy go at play. We talk about democracy. If Guinea na be democracy like Salon, for they say diplomacy not for fail. But Guinea na jontocracy then get. Salon, like you say na semi-democracy we get, we agree. But Guinea na Sojaman and the rule. Sojaman they grab one morning. Kadija will be there so revo. Then give decree. Whether it's justified, illegal or not. I agree that we never follow markets them, but let not intimidate we as a nation. We have our sovereignty to protect. You need to just go. Those Salon and Guinea begin with too. It don't be with Nigeria and Ghana. It don't be with Benin and other countries. Those are we start. And I want to encourage we in the media. I don't not project this thing like that. Attack on Fullers. No, an attack on the Sierra Leonean in Guinea should be replicated again, not of violence. No, not saying a fuller man no more. You have fullers that are full-blown Sierra Leoneans, documented. If people are saying, well, when I say with people and then they pan kush, then they pan illegal business, then blow them a truck like they're a cow, and like the people to go buy markets. Sierra Leonean, you know, Khadija, let me be honest. Section 11 of the Constitution is very clear, and Section 13 of the Constitution. We've been nationalistic than tribalistic. Now everybody want to play the fuller card. You are first a Sierra Leonean before you become a fuller man, if you are indeed a Sierra Leonean. So we must be honest.
All right, many thanks. Melvin Tejan Mansaray, we joined me this morning. We can discuss issues that we get to do with the recent appointment of a new Attorney General and a Chief Justice. And also you talk about the deportation of Sierra Leoneans, them waving tap Guinea. Many thanks for you joining me, Melvin. Alright, so the program go left you for today, and many thanks to Alex Lawrence Koma and the production team we give support for ensure we bring Canton at this edition of the Breakfast Show. Musa Sao Koma and Dennis Kamara and then give technical support to the production team for bringing on this edition. Continue for Watch Liberty TV for all your media analysis on critical issues them where they happen at the country. Me, Nakadija Bangura, they say have a blessed day.
Alright, until we meet again, Mebel Kabade say get a good day and continue for Watch Liberty Online TV.